Did you just build yourself a brand new PC? Or did you just upgrade your old PC, but find you're in need of a Windows 10 key? If that's the case, your CD key has you covered. And buying, it's never been easier. All you do is go to your CD key website, find the Windows software that you want to buy, put it into your cart, enter the code TOT20, apply the code, save yourself some extra money, and as soon as you complete your purchase, the Windows 10 key will be in your inbox. There's no problems, it's really easy, and all keys are guaranteed to work, so you don't have to worry about losing your money, and you'll have a valid Windows 10 key to get your unit up and running. For those of you who follow the channel, you've probably noticed that there's been a lapse in my amount of videos that I've been making, and this has been due to my really poor health. Now, for those of you guys who follow the channel, you guys know that I'm diabetic. I've had both my feet already amputated. I pretty much live in a world of pain, especially now that I don't have any painkillers to help with the pain. And I got an ulcer on my left foot about a year and a half ago, and it just has not healed whatsoever. So finally, the doctors decided to put a cast on my leg. So here you guys can see some footage of the cast on my leg. Yeah. My leg is now in a cast. I've never even broken a bone really, but my leg was actually fractured in 2 places from walking around wrong with this ulcer on my foot. And it's extremely painful. I've had high temperatures, I've felt sick. I have something called AIB, which means that there's not enough blood flow going through my left leg, which may actually end up to me getting my leg amputated. And it's been really depressing for me and really stressful thinking that I may lose my left leg. My left leg is constantly in pain. It's always hurting. It hurts so bad that I really haven't been sleeping. You guys can probably see I'm starting to get the dark circles underneath my eyes. Haven't really been feeling all that great whatsoever. Now they put the cast on and we're going to see if the cast will help. Now what the cast does is it basically takes all the pressure off the wound. Now the wound is at the very end. I'm trying to, kind of hard to get up here on camera. I can't really do it, but on my foot, you know, this is my foot, okay? We'll say this is my foot, the bottom of my foot. Right here on this corner in my foot is a giant hole, and that hole a week ago actually blew up out of the side. So it tunneled underneath and it blew up and all kinds of gunk and junk came out of it. Now the positive news is so far it doesn't look like my bone has been totally infected, because if my bone has been infected, then there's probably a 98% chance that I'll end up losing my left leg. And I'm really stressed out about this. I'll admit to you that I'm scared to death. I am just scared to death. I mean, just getting in my film room in here, I live in a small place. So this may look good, the setup, but it's really hard to get into it. And I'm honestly worried that without a leg, with a fake leg, and you know, let's put it this way, it'll take months for me to heal. I don't know how I'll pay my rent, how I'll be able to do anything to survive if this happens. So I'm really stressed out. I'm really worried. I ask that you guys out there who, you know, believe that you pray for me and pray for quick healing, because I really could use it. I don't want to lose my leg. The thing that makes me really afraid though is that I've talked to other diabetic people who have had their leg cut off, and they all told me that they had similar symptoms, that their leg was constantly hurting. And my leg hurts really the most, which is kind of crazy, in the upper thigh. It just hurts all the time. It feels like my leg has been smacked with a baseball bat. I'm not able to sleep, I'm not able to get comfortable, and with this cast, let me tell you, it's been way harder to get comfortable. It's just like almost insane. So I'm not getting much sleep. I was really so depressed that after I went to the doctor visit, I just really sat in my bed for a couple days and literally just cried and prayed and was just like, I don't know what to do here. I mean, diabetes is bad enough. I've been sticking to a really crazy diet. I know a lot of people out there, so you guys out there who've been telling me switch to a plant-based diet, I've done it. I'm on a strictly plant-based diet. I've actually lost 12 pounds in 9 days. I don't even see how that's possible. Admittedly, with all the salad and kale and crap I'm stuffing down my throat, the regularity from the backside's been, woo, I'm the Lord of the Rings, you know what I'm saying? It just gets going. So I think I'm flushing my system out, but I do feel better. Now, I've been on this diet, I'm sticking to it. My blood sugar hasn't been over 130 except for one time. And that is just when I used a crap ton of Caesar dressing on my salad, and for some reason it pushed it up to 155. But with the metformin, and I take a couple of vitamins. I take chromium and cinnamon, and I take moringa. Those two particular things seem to really work in conjunction with the metformin, and it drops my blood sugar usually down all the way sometimes to 98. And like I said, since I've been on this diet, the only insulin that I'm taking is the stuff that I take before I go to bed. So that you give yourself the injection before bed, and it's supposed to cover you all of the next day until the next injection. Well, before this, when I was eating, I was still on a somewhat of a diet. I'll fully admit to you that I didn't stick to it all the time. I ate sweet stuff sometimes. I ate meats. I'm a guy. You know what I mean? We're not exactly known for like eating great. We're guys. We like to eat bad stuff. We love fried stuff. We like bad food. We're guys. Women, I think, have it a little bit easier because they can stick to a regimented diet a lot easier. A lot of women that I talk to are diabetic. They're like, oh, that diet's so easy for me. Trust me, for me, eating nothing but plants is not that easy. Although I have gotten used to it, and I've been eating a lot of salads from Wendy's. Wendy's has really good salads. I live in a small town in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, and there are even some fancy dancy restaurants that charge $12 and $13 for a salad. Yeah, almost $15 for a fracking salad, right? Right? I mean, do I need to say more? Wendy's only charges like $7, and their salads are good. So I've been eating a lot of salads. The only thing is, though, is that I always have to ask for the chicken to be taken off. So I just take the chicken off and I give it to the dogs and they munch down on it. And I've just been dealing with all the vegetables. But I've gotten to the point where I'm starting to like salad. And I really like kale and I really like spinach. So if you cook that stuff right, I really like curry. So I'll mix curry in it or cumin in it, and I'll make it nice and flavorful. I can mix, vegetables and mix them all together and do it. So sticking to this plant-based diet seems to be really working for me. For one thing, like I was trying to say a second ago, I kind of got off track, is that I was shooting myself up with what they call fast-acting insulin at least twice a day before. My blood sugar would shoot up to 235, 240, 250, depending on what the heck I was eating, and I had to balance it back out. That probably definitely had a lot to do with why my foot did not heal, plus the fact that I'm trying to work all the time and I'm walking all the time. With the cast and the boot that they've given me, which you guys saw in the footage, is that boot covering the cast. We can take a look at that again real quick there. That's the boot, and I'm able to actually walk around with that. I have to kind of lean back on my heel, but it's still a lot safer, the doctor said, than what I was doing before. So I'm really hoping that with this new diet, new regimen, the cast, I hope this heals. Otherwise, they're gonna have to do some crazy operation where they go in and they replace my blood veins in my legs with new blood veins, to make sure that the blood flows. Now, traditionally, only one person has actually died of this procedure after it's been done. So I think it's, a pretty good procedure that works. However, it's still scary because you still have to go out, go under the table. All kinds of things can happen. My last one almost went into cardiac arrest. So it's kind of a dangerous thing to go under. Maybe they can just do a local, I don't know. I haven't got that far yet. I have another appointment next Friday with the orthopedic surgeon, and I actually got a really good doctor named Walker Estes. He's a really young doctor, very progressive. Now, in the old days, I'm just gonna be honest with you, the old school doctors, they would take a look at my foot and go, yeah, amputate the leg. That's how they solved everything, by just cutting it off. But luckily, these new doctors are more modern. They're more experimental. And when he looked at the wound, I don't know if he was just trying to make me feel better, but he was like, oh, it's really not that bad. We can probably get that to heal. As long as I stick to my diet, do what I'm supposed to do. So I'm doing my part now. I've switched to this total plant-based diet. I plan on trying to get my AIC all the way down to 6.5, which is the biggest leap I've ever done. The lowest I've ever got it before was 7.0. Usually it's like 10.1, 10.0. My fault, I know. I thought I could just control stuff by insulin and doing this, but that's not really how it works. You really do have to switch to a crazy diet to be able to beat the diabetes. But now, With this injury and the thought of getting my leg cut off, the idea of eating salad and vegetables has never been more appealing in my entire life. And I'm losing a lot of weight. I will admit though that a lot of times I've been going to bed, I did feel hungry quite a bit. But I've also discovered this other place. It's called Chicken Salad Chick. And they sell a pretty good salad there. So I've been getting their salad, and there you can actually add vegetables and stuff. So I can add like tomatoes, cucumbers, and add all this stuff in it and make the salad so it's pretty tasty with dressing. Now, honestly, ranch dressing, the Caesar dressing, those have a lot more calories than a vinaigrette or just like an Italian dressing. So luckily, I like those type of dressings, so I've been switching to those. I really hope that within a year's time, by sticking to this, that hopefully I can finally get to the point where I'm not diabetic anymore. Then my foot, my leg should heal. The thing that I'm really worried about though is this nagging pain in my upper thigh, because like I said, other people who I've talked to have had the amputation told me that the exact same symptoms were happening to them before they had their leg cut off. So it is worrying me to death. I've been scared. I've been crying a lot. I mean, wouldn't you be? I mean, let's be real here. I mean, I'm not some guy who's gonna fake it and just say, yeah, I'm super tough, man. I can hang with this stuff. You can cut my leg off. I'm a big boy. No, it's scary to me. It's very upsetting to me. And I'll fully admit that I've been crying my eyeballs out and praying and just hoping that this will heal and I can try to move on to have some kind of normal semblance of life, even though I've already lost all of my toes on both my feet already and it's been hard to walk. Losing my leg would be the worst thing to me that's ever happened to me. So please, I wish you well thoughts. If you're a person who believes in God or whatever, please pray. If not, just please wish me well wishes in your thoughts and give positive energy out there. So I'm Eric. So if you guys have been wondering why my videos have slowed down, well, this is why. My temperature did finally break today. I've had a really high temperature for the last week, but today about 3 o'clock, which is Central Time, my temperature finally broke and I went and took my temperature and it was only 98.9. So I stopped sweating, I stopped feeling as bad as I was. The only thing I'm dealing with now is the pain in my leg, and hopefully if this heals, we'll be able to figure out and move forward. So just wanted to let you guys know, I always appreciate your viewership. I appreciate everybody out there who's on the channel. If you'd like to support me, you don't even have to pay any money. I have a link down below for Amazon Prime. You can just try that for 30 days. It's absolutely free. And they pay me a little bit of money. It helps keep Tech of Tomorrow around and going. I also have Patreon, where for a single dollar, you can support me on Patreon. So it's really easy to help keep Tech of Tomorrow alive and kicking and hopefully keep me from not being able to pay my bills and not have a channel anymore. So thank you for watching. Peace out. I love you.